Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twitter Ad Talk from Twitter Business. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for what should be an interesting, informative, and enjoyable 45 minutes or so. I hope you are all safe and well wherever you are. My name is Rana, and I'm the Regional Marketing Manager for MENA. And today I am joined by two Twitter ad specialists from our customer success team in MENA, Sara Bouabdelli and Elio Khouri, both who have plenty of experience working with and helping brands and agencies achieve their marketing goals and objectives. So, what is Twitter Ad Talk and who is it for? Well, if you are working in marketing, social media, digital marketing, whether you are in an agency or working directly for a company or brand, and considering running campaigns on Twitter, or you want to know more how Twitter ads can help you achieve your goals and objectives, well, Twitter Ad is for you. Aya will first demonstrate why Twitter is the place for brands to run successful campaigns and highlight the best opportunities for them to connect with their audience. Then Sarah will share some of the key insights on one of the biggest connect moments in Saudi Arabia, the Saudi National Day. And then we will take you through the different campaign types that are available on Twitter and some of the most successful ad formats that we use. Sarah will also walk you through the targeting features unique to Twitter. We will then end the session with our Q&A based upon questions submitted by you during the registration. Of course, we also want you to get involved during Twitter Ad Talk. There is no better way than to get tweeting with the hashtag Twitter Ad Talk. Finally, we are recording this session and we will be sending you a link via email in the next couple of days where you can revisit the content on your own time. So let's get started. Please welcome Elio with the first section.
Thank you, Rana. Hello, everyone. My name is Elio Khouri, and I'm the Customer Success Specialist at Twitter MENA. I will start by walking you through how we're expanding our ability to serve you and the millions of brands and small businesses that have an organic and paid presence on Twitter. We'll answer the questions why Twitter and why now in 3 parts. Let's start with why Twitter. First, a quick refresher. Twitter is what's happening and what people are talking about right now. We're the undisputed home for breaking news and real-time public conversation for sports, music, entertainment, technology, gaming, business, seismic cultural shifts, and much more. The speed, variety, and depth of conversation on Twitter gives us an outsized advantage in helping customers around the world break through with their launch offerings and build cultural relevance, and we're getting even better. Our world is evolving at a rapid pace, and whether you're a brand or an agency, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. You might be wondering, how can I stay relevant to my customers? How can I maintain lasting relationships with my audience? How do I stand out from my competitors? The world's most valuable brands turn to Twitter on these questions because we're the platform that keeps up. Let's move to Twitter audience. Twitter's superpower has always been our active, leaned-in audience. And today, it's even more valuable to our customers thanks to 3 key strengths: growth, influence, and community. Let's start with growth. User growth is a strong indicator of a platform's relevance in the broader media landscape. In the past 2 years, we have tripled our growth of monetizable daily active users. We're committed to keep on growing through continuous product improvements, launching new services and features, and growth marketing. Our product enhancements are helping connect our audience, our end customers, to a wider range of topics and interests. In addition to news and politics, 80% of the conversation is about people's passions, such as gaming, lifestyle, music, movies, TV, or sports. We know our growing audience is important to you, but it's their behaviors that really set them apart. While users of other platforms have a look at me attitude, people on Twitter say, look at this, or did you hear? They come to Twitter hungry for information and connection to the world around them. And together they make and shape the movements, memes, and conversations that drive news and culture. People on Twitter are the first to try, to buy, and share new products. From new clothing lines to household essentials to the latest menu drop, Twitter is the world's largest focus group. 8 in 10 users consider themselves opinion leaders, and they are 41% more likely than non-users to recommend products to their friends and family. This is a key reason why brands and small businesses drive results on Twitter. Your message is not just seen, it's heard, considered, and talked about. Our audience is always hungry for more. And as we give them more ways to discover relevant content, we're seeing growth in a myriad of communities that matter to our customers. From finance Twitter to music Twitter, gaming Twitter, and to beauty Twitter, these passionate, real-time conversations enable you to understand, engage, and drive action around what your audiences care about right now. Simply put, Twitter's audience is our superpower, and it can be yours too. They are young, affluent, and growing fast. Their real-world influence makes them more valuable consumers, and you can truly connect with culturally passionate communities that view brands on Twitter as equal participants. Now let's talk about launch and connect. Let's start with launching something new. Why is Twitter a launch leader? It starts with our audience. People on Twitter are hungry to discover what's new. In fact, 91% of people say they want to see the new launches from brands. Launching on Twitter delivers with 82% lift in ad recall, 18% lift in brand awareness, and 15% lift in message association. Helping our customers break through in this competitive context is where Twitter thrives. In the same Bain study of global brands, we found that marketeers who met their launch KPIs were 2.3 times more likely to include Twitter in their launch mix. Speed of launch is critical to breaking through in today's media landscape. Twitter helps your launch break through faster and spread wider. Recently, we compared people who saw launch campaigns on Twitter to those who didn't. The learnings were clear. People who see Twitter launches start talking about your campaign almost twice as quickly as those who don't, and twice as many people talk about it. So I encourage you to think about the types of launches you might have coming up. A launch doesn't have to be a new product or service. It can also be a new promotion or offer, a new message, or a change in your brand's positioning. The second powerful use case for activating on Twitter is to connect with what's happening and build cultural relevance. Our unique position as the real-time conversational layer of the internet means there isn't a more relevant media environment to connect with your audience through the events, occasions, and trends they're talking about. Twitter is where brands turn to build their cultural relevance. Data tells us that the most culturally relevant brands perform the best. We analyzed the relationship between cultural relevance and brand revenue for 100 brands. The output of that model was a 73% correlation, which indicates a strong relationship between a brand's cultural relevance and its revenue. The conclusion was clear. Being relevant is good business for brands. When something's happening in the world, people turn to Twitter first. A recent study of major live events revealed people spend on average 22% more time on Twitter and 3% less time on competitor platforms. This is an average of listed competitors. In these moments and beyond, we continue to be the most relevant media platform in the world. So how do you get involved? How can you connect? Events, occasions, and trends are a great place to start. Twitter is the roar of the crowd for events. Across sports, news, and entertainment, whenever a significant event happens, the discussion is on Twitter. Occasions are also a great opportunity. From virtual celebrations to holidays and special dates, occasions are great opportunities for brands to be relevant and connect. Or you can join the surge in conversation around topics and trends, a tool that is sure to keep your brand relevant. But remember, That connecting with the conversation is not simply diving in on a new topic because everyone else is. You should first do your research on the ins and outs of the conversation and join it naturally once you and your brand are comfortable with the topic. When done right, the results are clear across the funnel. Brands who connect on Twitter see lifts across their buyer's journey. I think the primary takeout is that relevance is key to driving results. Launch and connect are two powerful ways to grow your business on Twitter. Brands that launch on Twitter are over twice as likely to meet their launch KPIs. Brands that connect with what's happening on Twitter build cultural relevance, which drives revenue. And we will see just shortly how through our expanding full funnel solution, you can drive more results across a broader range of objectives than ever before. But before that, my colleague Sarah will take you through some key insights on one of the biggest connect moments in Saudi Arabia, Saudi National Day. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Sarah. I'm an account manager here at Twitter for the Middle East and North Africa. Today I will be going through Saudi National Day stats and also some campaign types and ad formats. One of the most important connect moments in the year is around the corner. Saudi National Day is one of the biggest opportunities for brands, for leaders, but also for the overall audience to connect with what's happening. Last year, we have seen 134 million video views in relation to Saudi National Day in just 2 days. The conversation around the same event has also peaked from September 21st to September 26th. However, the conversation window happens way before that. In fact, 50% of these conversations happen from the 1st of September, and the other 50% happen from September 21st till the end of the month. Our stats have shown that 2 in 3 of the audience in Saudi Arabia are excited about the upcoming Saudi National Day, and that 46% believe that Saudi National Day as well as National Day celebrations are more special on Twitter versus the other social media platforms. But what does it mean for you as a brand? What does it mean for you as a marketeer? In one word, communication. 69% of people believe it's important for local brands to communicate on Twitter around Saudi National Day. And 56% believe that even multinational brands need to also communicate about Saudi National Day on Twitter. You should launch early, you should build a buzz and hype using multiple creative formats, because we have seen that the majority of brands shortchange their campaign date strategy. Over 50% of Connect campaigns only activate on the event days. However, brands that expand their window are more effective and efficient. Brands that connect during the surrounding days in addition to event days see twice more engagement, 35% higher view through, and 3 times more cost efficiency. Now with the campaign types. Twitter can help you achieve your objectives no matter where on the funnel it lies. Twitter's new objective-based campaign layout is broken into 3 sections in order to help you achieve your marketing goals and serve each phase of the funnel effectively. I'll take you through each campaign objective type and what ad formats work best with them. There's one campaign that we have if your goal is awareness, and that is reach. It does exactly what it promises because an awareness campaign is optimized to show your ads to as many people as possible for the entire duration of the campaign, which is why you're only paying for tweet impressions. This objective is the perfect way to drive awareness across a wide audience who you think would benefit from seeing your message, from seeing your launch, and hearing what you have to say. Awareness campaigns offer a cost-effective way of spreading your brand message, helping you drive efficient results at scale, optimized results as the campaign will look to always maximize your reach, and finally flexibility, as it's fully compatible with all of our targeting and ad formats. The next objective is consideration. If your marketing goal is in the consideration phase, then we would have a couple of points to focus on. Depending on the assets that you have available and the results that you're trying to achieve, the right campaign objective will either be optimized towards video views or towards maximizing engagement. For example, if you want to increase engagement on your tweets or grow the number of followers on your account, the consideration phase is for you. Or maybe you have video assets that you would like to repurpose from other platforms for your campaign. Twitter is a great place to start if your goal is to get more views on your videos. Additionally, we strongly recommend incorporating video into your marketing strategy on Twitter, but hold on that thought for now. We're going to dive even deeper later on in the presentation about videos on Twitter. An example is website clicks, which is a very popular campaign objective used by clients whose goal is to track site visits, conversions, and other lower funnel events. If you're looking to drive traffic, the conversion objective is what you need. Now let's look at the products we can use to serve each objective to our users. We're going to dig a little deeper. We have covered your marketing objectives, Twitter's buying objectives, and now let's explore some of our most popular formats. Up, we have image ads. They're just like normal tweets and can receive replies, can be shared, retweeted, and liked. However, the key difference is that these are tweets that you purchase to reach your target audience. They will only be shown to people targeted in your ad campaigns and will not show on your profile. We also have text ads, however, using our creative formats is always best practice. We do recommend diversifying the formats that you use, as using 3 or more ad formats increases campaign awareness by 20% and purchase intent by 7%. Carousels are one of our newest ad formats, similar to a website card, except that they are multi-image single destination cards that allow you to bring the user on a journey. It allows your audience to seamlessly transition through various products, highlighting specific features, or to tell a brand story that develops across 2 to 6 carousel ads. Audiences are more likely to click when they see a carousel ad, as we have seen a 16% increase in CTR compared to single asset cards or ads without carousels. Now on to our most impactful ad type, video on Twitter. People come to Twitter to discover what's happening. That's why we are the #1 platform for discovery. There's no better way to discover and experience what's happening other than the videos. Advertisers who incorporate video into their campaign strategy see an increase in ad recall, brand awareness, and message association. In other words, video can instantly make your campaigns more compelling and attractive on Twitter. Video is going from strength to strength. We have seen 34% year-on-year increase in video view time, which equates to 3.5 billion video views on Twitter per day. In terms of best practices, we advise that you keep videos between 6 to 15 seconds to hold attention, have your logo appear within the first 3 seconds for brand recognition, and use a sound off strategy, as I don't need to click on the video to watch it play. Twitter is the #1 discovery platform rather than a search or friends and family platform. People are most engaged right at the beginning of that discovery experience. Twitter research found that memory response was at its highest during the first 30 seconds of a user's session on Twitter. This is important because memory encoding is critical for driving purchase intent. Timeline takeovers is the ad placement that puts your video content first and at the top of the Twitter timeline to remain top of mind. For the most effective strategy, you can combine our takeover products to boost your results all around. Now let's move on to our unique targeting capabilities. One thing I want to highlight before we do move on is that when it comes to targeting on Twitter, your focus needs to be on your audience rather than your brand. As you can see here, we have targeting capabilities across the funnel. We have all the targetings you're familiar with, such as demographics, devices, and location targeting, and we also have some that are only on Twitter. Location targeting works. Location targeting isn't new, but city targeting is. City targeting is another feature that complements our existing location targeting suite. This feature adds a new level of precision to our location targeting and opens up direct access to nearly 176,000 cities available across 70 countries. Follower targeting helps you connect with people who are likely to be interested in your brand. It works by displaying your ad to the people who are similar to the followers of usernames that you have selected. Similar is the keyword here because if you are Nike, for example, and you want to target a specific competitor's followers on Twitter, purely adding in Adidas here won't work. You will need to expand and include brands like Reebok, Puma, etc. Keywords targeting allows you to target and connect with users based on words or phrases that they have used at a time when your business was relevant to them. When I think about keyword targeting, I break it down into two parts. The first one is search and the second one is timeline. Keyword targeting for search enables you to place your tweets so that they show up when people are searching for related topics. This is particularly effective during any cultural, seasonal, or industry events that are in relation to your business. A good example here is a sportswear company launching a new running shoes. In the timeline, it's basically users who are tweeting certain tweets. These tweets are a brilliant signal as to what a user is feeling at the moment. Their thoughts, their feelings, their wants and needs can be all powerful signals that you can act on and serve them ads based on. Conversation targeting streamlines the manual process of social listening, saving time spent on searching for conversations containing specific keywords and hashtags. Conversation topics are dynamically updated and actively monitored to ensure accuracy. These are based over the 30 days, so it's very important to keep your fingers on the pulse with your audience. Interest targeting delivers your ads to users based on topics they connect and engage with on our platform. We have 25 categories, which expand into 350 subcategories to make sure your audience can be targeted with at least one of their areas of interest. And finally, we have custom audiences. Custom audiences come into two parts or sources. The first one is lists, and it includes emails, Twitter IDs, mobile advertising IDs, and mobile phone numbers of the audience that you're trying to target. And the second source are the cookies of visitors to your website. As we wrap things up for the QA, you should now have a better understanding of what type of campaign to run and tweet to use based on your marketing goals, the power of video and how it can communicate your message in the shortest amount of time, how to make a big splash and Twitter takeover for a day, and our targeting features that are unique to Twitter, set up to identify your elite audience on our platform.
Amazing stuff, Elio and Sarah, and thank you so much. It's great to see how brands are using Twitter ads to achieve their objectives and goals. Now let's move to the Q&A session, and thanks again to everyone who submitted questions during the registration time. It really allowed us to focus on the most popular themes and topics. So let's head on to the Q&A.
Now that we have reached the final part of the webinar, I will start by addressing some of your questions, starting with what would be the best way to increase followers through Twitter ads? The best way to increase followers through Twitter ads would be through a followers campaign, which is displayed in multiple locations across Twitter, including your timeline, who to follow section, and search results. Which ad formats can I use for my engagement campaigns? I would say polls are a great way to engage with followers and prompt users to engage with your content. Another format would be the conversation buttons, which are standard features that can be added to promoted ads that include call to action buttons with customizable hashtags. They have proven to be an effective way of engaging with customers and driving them to share a brand's message. Another question would be, I want my hashtag to trend, what can I do? Successfully running a hashtag campaign requires clear direction. Rather than adding in as many hashtags as possible, it's important to have your KPIs and data direct you along the way. It all starts with research. No campaign can be successful without conducting proper research before. When it comes to launching an effective Twitter hashtag campaign, you want to research. 1. What hashtags is your brand currently associated with? 2. What hashtags are your competitors using? 3. What hashtags are most popular with your target audience? This data will give you insights into which hashtags you should consider for your campaign. Set focused goals. Design your hashtag around these goals, and most importantly, measure your results and adapt as needed. Finally, how do we find out our account manager is if we want some hands-on support or advice? How do I get in touch with a Twitter rep? You can always contact our team by email at advertisermena@twitter.com, and we'll be able to point you in the right direction. Thank you.
Is there a price difference on takeovers? Yes. So the pricing will be different from country to another. The number of impressions will be also very different. So if you have any questions about the pricing or impressions, feel free to email us and one of our reps will be happy to help you. Can you change my ads account time zone? We cannot change time zones and we cannot change ads accounts names. So if for any reason you need a new time zone or if you need a new name, we would recommend you reach out to us and one of our reps will be happy to open a new ads account for you. How much do ads cost on Twitter? It's different costs basically depending on the campaign that you're running. If you have a video view campaign, obviously the cost is going to be per view. If you have a website clicks or conversion campaign, the cost will be per link click. If you have a reach campaign, the cost will be per 1,000 impressions. And if you have engagement campaign, the cost will be per engagement. And if you have an install campaign, the cost will be per link click. So basically how many times people went to the Apple Store to see your app.
Unfortunately, we have run out of time, so thank you, Sarah and Elio, for your insights and expertise during the Q&A. If we inspired you today and you would like to learn more how Twitter ads can help you and help your brand, then here's how you can get in touch with us. First, you can email us on advertisermena@twitter.com. Please make sure you use the subject line as #TwitterAdTalk. We also recommend you check our website, business.twitter.com, as it's packed with insights, success stories, blogs, and lots of guides that can help you. And if you're not already doing that, please follow us on @TwitterBusiness. Before we go, I also want to highlight Twitter Flight School, your one-stop destination for everything you need to know about advertising on Twitter. In there, you will find great content, courses, and certification. So please visit twitterflightschool.com. Finally, thanks a lot to all our speakers, and thank you all for joining us today. Have a great day.